Titans fans, we've got a couple of updates for you, including one on Kristian Fulton as the injuries continue to pile up here on this Titans team. But we also have some good news finally, as it seems as though reports are saying Mike Vrabel will be the Titans head coach going into 2024. That's the hope. We're going to give you the full report all on today's show. But if you want more Titans news, rumors, updates, watch parties, even for games, we've got it all for you right here. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button because we're going to be able to keep you up to date on everything that happens. If Mike Vrabel stays, which it looks like he could, if he goes, we'll have that for you too, along with every single injury. Obviously, Simmons, Stonehouse, Henry, and now Fulton all dealing with them. We're going to have you covered all season long. We appreciate you taking some time out of your day on this Tuesday to spend some time with us here on Titans Today. I'm your host, Jay Sanders, and without further ado, let's kind of dive right into it here first with Kristian Fulton and kind of an injury update there. So yesterday, we kind of mentioned him very slightly, but he actually got injured again with a hamstring issue. Are we surprised? Not really. That hamstring has been bothering him pretty much time after time after time. He just cannot get away from it. He's going to have an MRI on it. It was supposed to be yesterday. We haven't gotten a report from it just yet, so we're still trying to wait and see what exactly is happening with him, if he will be available for Monday night versus the Dolphins. That is up in the air right now as we await the results of that MRI. But I do want to take a step back and look at his ranks because I don't know if the Titans necessarily want to have him back. Now, looking at his PFF grades were less than encouraging. So his overall PFF grade was 46.4. Now, if you want to term that to, say, a test score grade, let's bump that up 10 points. That's about what it'd be. So he's making a 56 on his tests every Sunday when he plays football. That's 110th out of 118 quarterbacks in the National Football League. Not good. Run defense, 44.1. That's 99th. And then the funny thing, pass rush is his best category at 51 out of 118. Still not good by any sense of imagination, but still, the fact that pass rush is his highest graded PFF grade is not a good sign. And then in coverage, which is the main job of a quarterback. Yeah, you're getting 46.9 there. Not doing well here. I mean, I got to be quite honest. Fulton, he just stinks. I don't know what to say anymore. I've seen time and time again people say, we're going to see him jump out of here. We're going to see him break out of the shell. He's going to be really, really good. We just got to give him time. But I'm kind of tired of it. We've seen him all year. We've seen him in past. There just isn't anything with this guy, and I'm getting pretty much worn out with it. I talk about him a lot on this show, and honestly, over the past, say, 4 or 5 weeks, he's been a pretty big focal point, especially with the defense struggling. And now you have to go back and say, okay, well, through those 4 or 5 weeks, he's also been benched once or twice. Now, the first one came back just a couple weeks ago after Week 11, where he was pulled late in the second half. And the thing that I don't like about this is it's one thing to get beat. It's one thing to not play well. And as Mike Vrabel said right here, getting beat is one thing. There were some other reasons that Kristian and I talked about. I don't know about you, but that makes me believe that there is some attitude issues. There's something going on with him just personally not being able, not dedicated practice-wise. I really don't know. We obviously can only speculate. But when you're not playing well and on top of which you're not really acting well, that's not going to get you a good nod from the head coach or extra playing time. Now, that was the time he was actually benched. Funny enough, though, he was almost benched earlier this year. If we go all the way back to early October, this is what happened. Titans head coach Mike Vrabel was considering benching Kristian Fulton, who had 2 defensive pass interferences. Listen, I try to be positive on this channel. I try to talk everything positive about the Titans because I do think this team has what it takes to become a playoff caliber team. If not this year, which obviously it's kind of late at this point, then next year. I mean, you have the quarterback in Will Levis that can become a guy, your number 1 quarterback for years to come. He has shown time and time again that he can have that ability. But with Kristian Fulton, I just don't know where to go at this point. When he's got attitude issues, when he doesn't play well, and when he's been benched once, almost benched another time, and now is dealing with a hamstring injury, which he's been dealing with constantly. Now, I know he can't control that, but at the same time, when you're injury-prone added on to the other 2 things, it's just not exactly a good combo. So maybe I'm being too hard on him, but I have to ask you this question. Is it time to bench Kristian? Do you think his time is up here in Tennessee? Because honestly, I'm kind of leaning yes. I don't really think that there's much left to see out of him. And right now, I'm not really saying that we should throw him out there on the field. Give some other guys some shot. I like what we saw from a couple of guys that kind of stepped up in the absence of Fulton. Now, obviously, you're going to have Tyreek Hill this week, so it's going to be tough to throw out some younger guys, but I think you just have to let them go into the fire. So if you think it's time to bench Kristian Fulton, then I want you to type Y for yes. If you think, no, Jace, you're being too hard, let's give him some time, then I want you to type in for no. All right, coming up, we're getting an official report that Mike Vrabel is staying with the Titans, or at least intends to stay with them in 2024. That's pretty much all the reports we've gotten. We're going to talk about all that in just a second. But if you want to watch Vrabel in the rest of the year, this year, and you want to see him coaching next year, well, you can get your tickets at Game Time. I'm telling you, Game Time's the only app I use to get tickets for sports, music, comedy, theater, even a concert. Went to one last week, pulled up the Game Time app a night before. Boom, tickets were there, cheapest price. Yeah, with Game Time, they make it to where you don't have to worry about buying tickets to your next big event, as they give you the peace of mind when buying tickets with their best price guarantee. Now, they have last-minute tickets, like I said, but they also have flash deals. They got zone deals. They've got super, super cool things on their user-friendly app. You can go in there. They're going to show you the cheapest price. They can show you the ticket right where you're going to sit. And honestly, it's just really easy to navigate through, which is not the same as all other ticketing apps, whereas Game Time, super simple, super easy. You can see right there, it even tells you the cheapest ticket. And you got a 360 view of your seat. You click on what you want. Boom, you can move it around and see exactly what you're going to see when you get to your event. Plus, for Titans Today viewers only, we have a special discount code. If you go in and put in Titans Chat, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. I'm telling you, it's free money. You want to go take it. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. And then again, download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code TitansChat for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code TITANSCHAT, TitansChat, no spaces, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. All right, so the Titans think that Vrabel is the coach of the future. Now, we kind of already knew that. We talked about a future, or rather past report this past week with Diana Rossini on The Herd with Colin Cowherd. This is what she said on there. She said, based on multiple conversations with high-ranking Titans officials, the franchise strongly and collectively believes it has the right coach for long-term success. Now, that's all good and well because, well, obviously Rossini is a pretty good source to have when it comes to Titans sources and Titans news, but we got an official word on their intentions because we had somewhat of an insider look with Turron Davenport. He's the ESPN reporter for the Titans, and he had a sit-down conversation with not just Mike Vrabel, but also with Ran Carthon. And they said this: the Titans intend to retain Vrabel as their coach, and Carthon as their personal development has been working with their head coach to find players who fit the system, style of play, and culture that he has instilled since arriving in 2018. Well, the first thing I got to say to this is I'm happy, and if you love Vrabel, I'm telling you, hit that like button. I want Mike Vrabel to be a Titans head coach forever. He deserves it. He's brought this team to a lot of places that it wasn't previously at. So if you love Mike Vrabel, do me a favor and smash that like button. Show him some support because, man, we love our head coach here. Now, I want to dive deeper into that article because I think it does get a little more interesting, as that's the first sit-down conversation we've had with both Carthon and Vrabel at the same time. Now, there was reports that basically said from the Boston Sports Journal that Mike Vrabel and Ron Carthon didn't get along, and they never have. In that Boston Sports Journal report, they also said that Vrabel could be looking to force his way out, and that the Patriots are front runners to Vrabel. Again, that's the Boston Sports Journal report. This is all false. We have an official report now when they talked directly to the source, directly to Vrabel, directly to Ran Carthon. And guess what? All of that was wrong. Here's what actually is. Ran Carthon and Mike Vrabel's relationship. They talk every single morning about how to better this team. Vrabel also admitted that him and Carthon are leaning on each other. Now, Carthon, in his first year on the job here, has really taken a keen eye to Mike Vrabel and honestly learning as much as he can from him, being the GM. Even so, that Carthon has gone to Mike Vrabel for advice, which, add those all together, these two guys are a team. It's not one guy against the other. It's not one guy saying, I have to have an ego. In fact, in the article, Ran Carthon said, we both don't have egos. We don't care. We just want to make this team better. And I love that because that shows they have the team's best interest at mind. And you got to keep these two paired. And now it seems like you're going to get that for the long haul, which is great to see because ultimately these guys, I like what I've seen, even though there hasn't been too much of them together. I will say this, though. I know there are some people out there who don't have a confidence level in Mike Vrabel. They're done with him. They don't really like what Ran Carthon has done here in his first year. They don't see anything going up. Well, I have to ask you, do you feel the same way as I do? Do you have confidence in Carthon, in Vrabel, in them as a team? Well, give me a number on your confidence level. 1 being least confident, 10 being most confident. How confident are you? Is it a 7? Is it a 5? Is it on the lower half? Is it a 3? Well, get in the comments. Give me a number. Let me know. And if you want to go the extra step, explain your answer. Let me know why you're confident or not confident in these two guys leading the Titans for years to come. But as that's being said, we appreciate you watching, and that's all we got for you. Titans fans, you know what to do. Tighten up.